Hello, welcome back to what would have been St. James Files. Long story short, because there's going to be a little bit of explanations of everything here. St. James Files, the Call of Cthulhu podcast, is no longer going to be running, and we've decided to just take a step back and go to the thing we enjoy the most, which apparently is Plastic Men on a Sunday afternoon.
Are they men?
Well, yours... No, even yours are souls, in fairness.
Yeah.
But yes, welcome to the usual. We're now called Nonsense Hammer.
Welcome to the first official Nonsense Hammer video.
The first official Nonsense Hammer video, and also the first in a series, which is the long road to 4th edition, or as we're coining it, the Path of a General.
Yeah.
Which we'll explain.
Handbook of Glory.
Now, Handbook of Glory. We're going to be essentially running the same army, quote unquote, through every game in the General's Handbook 2022 to 2023, which is 2023 to 2024, sorry, which is the current handbook at the moment, with the intention, if we do 2 episodes a month, one on the 1st and one on the 15th, you will be getting around August at least 8 to 10 games, if I remember rightly working it out, which means that we should have done most of, if not all of the General Handbook by the time 4th edition has come out, and the new General Handbook for the pitch battle reports and match play. If things go according to plan, it should be that we then start the new series bang on with potentially Ogre Tribes and Seraphon, because we'll have had time to pick up more models for that. So you'll get new armies, you'll get new pitch battle reports, you'll get everything you need from this wonderful game, and we'll just get to play Warhammer, which is the thing that we like to do a lot.
Woo.
So, why is it called Path to a General? We'll be playing each game, but at the end of each game of the General's Handbook, the battle plans themselves are being treated as a game in a Path to Glory series. So we've started at 2,000 points. We've written the lists as 2,000 point games, as if we were going to a tournament. But we've then had to fit that 2,000 point list into a narrative play setup. So we've had to take 3 territories to make lists work. I've had to upgrade a territory so I can have 6 heroes, because that's how this army needs. But also we're going with the concept that there's a narrative structure going over these 12 games, or how many there we play, that these 2 armies over the pitch battle reports will be kind of slugging it out to see who the overall victor is. With that in mind, we'll start today's game with Geomantic Pulse, game 1 of 12. And we are playing 2 different armies. Shall we go from mine? And
yes.
Then we'll go over to yours.
Yes.
Lovely. So,
I'm
I am playing Big Waaagh. I have tried to give Emma, I've tailored the list a little bit to work with Emma's list, so she gets to use the things that she would, but also it gives a chance to give like a little bit of everything. So I've got spellcasting. So I've gone for Spellcasting Savant as my grand strategy. As my Warlord, or my General, Blind Pew, the Auric Weird Knob Shaman, is my General. He has the Shaman of the Chilled Lands, so he knows all of the spells from the General's Handbook, as well as Great Big Green Hand of Gork, and he's got the item of Amulet of Destiny for a 6-up ward.
Okay.
His retinue of heroes will join him in the form of Big Daddy on a cabbage, otherwise known as a Maw Crusher. He has the Fasten Mount trait, but nothing else, because again, we're working on a simple version of Path to Glory. There's no items or anything like that. Next to them two, we have the War Chanter, who's got the Fix and Beat, and Gobsprack as our big caster.
That's the one I've got to kill.
You need to kill both my General and him for yours. And then finally rounding up, the unfortunately not finished painted Killer Boss with Stabgrot. And that's my heroes. Then we've got the usual round of, we've got a set of brutes with Boss Chopper, Jagged Gore Hacker and a Gore Hacker. We've got a set of Manskewer Bolt Boys. We've got a set of Gut Rippers with stickers. We've got a Killer Boss, a Beast Skewer Killbow. Bloody hell, words. We've got a set of newly made Ard Boys.
It's been a stressful morning so far.
My old Ard Boys have been replaced with the new boys. And another set of brutes, and finally rounding up, another set of Manskewer Bolt Boys over the side. Coming in at a grand total. Oh, and I've also got the wedge of cheese.
The cheese wedge.
The cheese wedge, or the gnashing jaws.
That was going to be. Can you just post with the cheese again? Excellent, thank you. I was trying to like zoom out quickly, and then you put him down just before. I was like, no, wait.
So I'm 2,000 points all over. I am, I believe, a 5 drop because we were only allowed one battle regiment or one core battalion, which is what I took for that one. And there'll be Path to Glory missions that meant we can get further ones down the line. So you'll see the lists change as characters die. Uniques such as Gobsprack, if they die for good, rather than it being he's there all the way through. So there's an element of this will be a narrative tournament that we're running for ourselves, where at the end of this we'll crown one of us the narrative champion of this handbook, and then that means next handbook there'll be a new champion.
Yeah, new champion.
Speaking of champions, shall we look at the champion of champions and look at Emma's list?
Okay, so we'll start with Big Daddy Karazai. So you have to
Recently
fixed. He had an accident this morning.
Yes, I apologise.
So he is freshly glued, literally like not even half an hour ago. So we've got Big Daddy Karazai, here to eat stuff. We've got Bastian, here to dong stuff. Other heroes, we've got Lord Relictor, who has the Prayer of Translocation to bamf people around the board. And he also has the Nullstone icon and has the Eater of Magic trait as well. So he can unbind spells and he can stop spells should the dice roll in his favour. And then over here we've got Lord Imperatant and his little Griffhound, who's a baby one next to these boys. So that's my heroes. And then coming on to everything else, the Griffhounds, 6 Griffhounds can run in, can then fight and retreat, so we love it. Vindictors here and over the other side of the board, who have the Call for Aid command trait, so I can call back a unit of them at some point. Some Annihilators with shields, very smacky, no, not very smacky, very defensive. When you smack them, they have a save of 2. And then in the Celestial Realm, to be called down later, 2 sets of Annihilators with Meteoric Grand Hammers, who I will call into action later in the game to smack the living daylights out of you.
Lovely. And you've got Call for Aid for your
for my
home command.
Trait. I've got Eater of Magic for the, General's Handbook trait.
Your command trait.
Yeah, and then Nullstone icon for
the
item.
That's fine. And then, so as we've said, for you to get your strategy, you need to kill my weird knob shaman and the big vulture.
Smokey Joe and your bird.
His name is Blind Pew. It's written on his. Anyway,
Wow.
you may have noticed, the eagle-eyed amongst you, that we have a chess clock on. Because we are running this as a tournament, there will generally be a winner each game. So we'll mark these things as if we were playing in a grand tournament. At the end of each video, we'll also be doing the Path to Glory part, so you'll have a visual element, so you don't have to watch us sit and roll dice over trying to work out what that part is.
And at the start of the next game, we'll announce it, what happened. We'll give you a little vocal rundown.
Yes.
There's a few who would like that sort of thing.
Yes. So those that don't know Geomantic Pulse, I believe, as we have a quick scan over here to the book. So we are currently going to be playing with a Control 1, Control 2 and Control more. No, Control 1 for 1 point, Control 2 victory points if you control the Pulse itself. If you control each objective adjacent to the Pulse, you get a point, and then you score 2 victory points if you've got your battle tactic. The Pulse itself, at the start of the second battle round, after determining which of the players will go first, the player takes the second turn, picks the either objective A or objective B, so the far side, either left or right, and that will become the Pulse. At the start of each subsequent battle round, the objective adjacent to that objective then becomes the Pulse, and it moves across over the next 4 rounds.
Yes.
Nothing else really fancy to go over. Points are major victory if you've got the most points. Minor victory is only if the people are tied. It's the person who got the most battle tactics gets a minor victory. But yeah, we'll go through that stuff as usual. If you've not been to a tournament, it's that sort of thing all the way through. Right. So Emma, you are the attacker, and you deployed first with your free drop. Do you want to tell us?
So few models.
Do you want to tell us who's going first in turn 1?
I will go first in turn 1.
Lovely. Back in a moment with Stormcast turn 1.
They call me the pilgrim. I've walked the world and seen my share.
Hello. Turn 1 done. Well, my turn 1 done. Over very quickly. My tactic was surround and destroy, have 3 units within 3 separate edges of the battlefield and at least 2 out of my territory. So I picked these Vindictors here, who you can see have achieved what it said. Imperatant over there on that back wall, who also did it. He's the one that's in my territory. And then these Vindictors here, who are also out of territory against this side here. In terms of objective taking, we have no pulse yet because it's only round 1 of the game. And I have moved things, so I now control all of the objectives. There was no charging in this, there was no fighting in this. Your bird took some wounds.
Yeah.
So you're counting up, so he's taken 6.
Yes.
He's taken 6 wounds. And your cabbage has also taken 6 wounds.
No, he hasn't. That's me marking optimal focus. That's why I've
focus.
used a different dice.
Oh, okay, right, I see. He's taken nothing. I was going to say that's odd because I didn't fight him.
Yes.
And that is the end of it. So at the end of that round, I have scored the full 3 points because there isn't a 1, 2 more than you.
Yeah, you've just got the point for controlling an objective.
Yeah.
There's no pulse or adjacent
No.
to get the extra points there, but you also then get 2 for surround and destroy,
My tactic,
making
yeah.
it 3-0.
Yep.
And then the fun of working out how I'm going to respond to this. Just for those that are interested, I'm sorry, Stu, if you're watching this. We do love you dearly. I am using your dice as wound markers, but we've swapped out our little coins that we got for Northern Invasion tournaments for the old Ard boys. They've been immortalised in god-awful paints.
No, we've got
Thanks
blue
to
and
me.
red.
We've got red
Red
for
for
the
attacker,
attackers, and we've
blue
got
for
Thousand
defender.
Sun blue for the.
What red is that?
That's Mephiston red.
Piston red.
And then we've got Thousand Sun blue for the. There you go. So we have our own little objective markers, so we're not stealing other people's content.
Yes.
Even though we love Stu dearly, please go watch Northern Invasion TV. He recently played a Fire Slayers list that I wrote.
Yes,
and
he did.
I won't spoil how the game went, but I spent my entire 45 minutes watching that video, biting my nails, going, I'm so sorry, Stu, I'm so sorry, Stu.
And I will say that Steve texted me in the day when he saw that video and went, Stu is playing my list!
Yes.
I was like, okay.
Anyway, back in a moment for Big Waaagh turn 1.
Turn 1.
I follow no prophets. It's a queen of country, I swear. They call me the bandit, for he who dares must win. I put an end to conflict, sometimes even before they begin. And it's always a little further we go, and it's always a little more than most. So if you need a hand, just call out my name. Always a little further we go. They call me a soldier. I've been known to toe the line through baptisms of fire. I stand fast with these brothers of mine.
Hello, and welcome back to Big Waaagh
Nonsense
turn
Hammer.
1. Welcome to Nonsense Hammer. You've been watching. So it was an interesting turn. I have not played Geomantic Pulse in a while, and I just can't remember the tactic of anything. So we went for intimidate the invaders. Step out your home base and start scaring some boys, which I think we did pretty well.
I think you did pretty well.
We got the tactic in the end because only the Manskewer Bolt boys, the kill bow, and the general and his war chanter are in, whilst the big vulture, the brutes, the gut rippers and their killer boss, these brutes, and what were 10 Ard boys and their big cabbage next to them all ran out. We mighty destroyed so we could get the cabbage and Ard boys into that big bubble of problem that is Karazai and Bastion. We then ran and charged them. We also cast Gnashing Jaws so we could do some damage on those little Griffhounds. I've started to be a bit ballsy with Gobsprak, and I actually cast Mystic Shield onto the cabbage and then fled with his Sneaky Miasma, so he could move in the hero phase as well. And then I've run over here and taken out those Vindictors that have bamfed back over there with Call for Aid.
We should take a moment to admire how good this mat looks on
Oh
screen.
yes. If you're interested in getting your own mat, it's only £50 on Game Mat EU before shipping, but also it's
Love
worth
it.
every penny. Like the sound alone, just
Roll another dice. One more.
that was a 1, 6, and a 1 for those interested in what I actually rolled.
I want you to roll a handful so you get the clackety clack and also
Anyway.
the thump. Anyway.
If you want this, it's the mouse pad, not the acrylic, and it's just, you can also, if you pay 20 quid more, you can get the double-sided, so you can have not just this, but the other one. We haven't got it, we've only got the one-sided, but the other side of this one would be a desert plain, and you can also get volcanic, or you can get 40k ones. It's brilliant. GameMat.eu, we're not sponsored, we just like them. Anyway. Speaking of the turn, the big thing that I was trying to do was try to take out my 2 big problems early. So I charged in with the cabbage, and then I piled in to Bastion because I had the remaining space. Failed a stomp on him, but I managed to do quite a bit of damage.
5 damage to him.
Yeah, I did 11 before wards, and then 5 of them went through. And then also with shooting with the Beast Skewer kill bow, which got the poison encrusted weapons to get a good few damage onto Karazai. Then also charging in with the Ard boys, who had their -1 to attack because of Karazai, but they charge kind of cancelled that out. We've done a massive amount of damage there. We also Inspiring Presence to stop the problem of Battle Shock, and later the War Chanter will hopefully bring some boys home. But that, all in all, gives me, I control 2 of the objectives, so I get 1 point, and then I get my strategy of Intimidate the Invaders for another 2, making it 3 all as we go into round 2. Shall we roll off to find out what is going to happen first?
4.
3.
I'll go first.
You're going to go first?
4.
So,
3.
with that,
Because now we need to find out where the pulse is.
I'm going to make the pulse.
Do you want a different marker?
The glyph holder will mark the
that one?
That's
Okay.
going to be the pulse.
Alright.
Okay?
Yep.
Lovely. So, see you in a moment for Stormcast turn 2.
They call me Commander. I lead followers who serve to lead. I offer no compromise. A charitable force is what I breathe, and it's always a little further we go. It's always a little more than most. But if you need a hand, just call.
end of Stormcast turn 2. We killed some things. We killed Steve's wizards. So by default, I now have my grand strategy. As you can see, Annihilators have landed, killed a wizard. Annihilators also, where did the other ones go? Oh, they're there. So they killed your
general
and your killbow. Killbow?
Yep.
Killbow. And then by just the process of moving stuff, I have taken, so because I killed the wizard, I've got this objective here.
Which is the pulse.
Which is the pulse, as you can tell by the guy with the big banner.
Standard.
Standard. I control this one here, and I control this one over there, which I did anyway, because nobody else was on it. This one over here is now contested because Karazai has killed all of Steve's little grey dudes, the little naked unpainted boys. So we're both worth 5.
Yes.
That's right, isn't it? And because we're both on it, we're contesting, so nobody owns that one. And my tactic was to intimidate the invaders, so have more units outside of my territory than inside. I only have 2 units in my territory, which is Relictor and Imperatant. Everything else is outside the 11 inches that was needed. So I scored a grand total of 6 points for that round, and I feel very bad about it.
So good.
It makes me sad.
So good. It's been a long time since I've played Big Waaagh, and that just felt painful. I was like, oh God, here it comes.
Like, oh, I feel sad. I'm so sorry.
In fairness, I wrote this list, if I
Yeah.
remember rightly, a long time ago.
I feel
So
very sweaty. It's like, oh, it's the fever of winning.
when you first started going, I want nothing but Annihilators, I was like, right, let's work out.
Yeah.
You like this thing, you like that thing. Let's put in everything that you want in this list, and it's
What I've discovered is I know what I like both in Warhammer and when we play D&D and things is stuff that gets in and smacks, because I don't do strategy. I do just like punching you in the face.
yes.
So I will always choose the things that just run in and hit stuff, which the Annihilators do. Bastion isn't doing as well as I'd want him to, but your Cabbage has quite a low save.
Yes, he's got the Rip 2 Fist, so he's on a free up, but then we Fine Starward and had Mystic Shield on him, so he
Bastion has a rend of 2.
So it basically cancelled him out to do a free up save on.
So he's saved everything. Like Bastion didn't do any damage to him that turn.
I mean, he's on 11 wounds taken, so he's good.
Yeah. He's only got 3 more to. No, he's not. He's more than 14.
He's taken 11, so he has another 7 wounds left.
7.
Until he kills something and starts gaining wounds.
Yes. So yeah, we need to kill him quickly before that starts happening.
Speaking of that, the 2 wounds that Bastion and Karazai are on.
Yeah, Karazai got knocked down to 1 and then healed 1 because he killed a unit of models that were 2 wounds or less.
Yes.
And so he went from, you thought you'd killed him, and we turned out he was on 1, and then he healed 1. And then Bastion saved the 1 wound he took. So yeah, has just gone down to 2. Yeah.
And now that cheese wedge has become wild.
And I don't really know what we do with that.
So I'll explain that to you in turn 2 for Big Waaagh.
Yeah.
But we'll be back in a moment to see if I can reclaim any goddamn glory in this, as we're currently 9-3.
Yes.
Right, back in a moment.
Bye.
Now if I wake up and I'm smiling,
Did you just take a sip of tea as we started filming?
I did.
Did you do it as a prop?
No, I was just taking a sip because for those that can't see the video, I just spent the last half an hour doing orc voices and my throat hurts.
That'll learn you, won't it?
No, I won't. Leave me alone.
Stop those orc voices, you big tit.
I'll stop when you stop playing crap armies.
Anyway,
My army's amazing. How absolute dare.
speaking of that, let's
Yeah.
talk about how things have been going.
Yeah, let's
Round
talk about
two
how
where our
things-
entire armies have disappeared.
Yeah.
So, I went for the battle tactic of magical mayhem. Try kill Bastion.
You went for the battle tactic of make your opponent sad.
I tried to kill Bastion with the endless spell, but his movement is 6 inches.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6 for the movement of the cheese, and the cheese wouldn't have cut the mustard.
No cheese. No cheese. No dong cutting for you, cheese.
So in the inspiration halfway through the turn, when I was like, you know what, I'm really sad because I'm trying to play like competitively and smart and be fun, and I was not having fun. So then I started doing the voice, and then I started to play like an orc rather than
Then you
playing.
started to have more fun.
And then I started to dance and have a giggle, and we got up to 21 Waaagh points,
Yeah, you did.
which led us.
You actually had to use another dice. Look at this. Look at this. The big blue boy alone is not enough.
Yes, we got to 21 Waaagh points as we did some very fairly balanced charges. Emma
Yep.
gave me the very kind thing of after monstrous actions, I realised I needed 2 more that I wanted to charge and forgot about.
Yes.
So she gave me them.
I
which
know,
meant-
seeing what happened in hindsight, I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, for those that know Big Waaagh, I was on 19 and realised if I got 2 more charges, I would have got a +1 to wounds for
Yeah.
free. So I did as any good orc would do,
Yeah, you did.
and I grovelled like a good cruel boy.
Like a good little bitch.
Speaking of cruel boys, these gits are ever popular. It was a good little turn. We've managed to kill Karazai and Bastion.
Yeah, look,
which means
space.
that the Big Daddy now gets 19 wounds and an extra attack. He can now heal up, but what
He's
cost?
on 12, 13, so he's only got 6 left before he dies.
He's taken 13 wounds, which is painful. So, speaking of the things, we then essentially just ran at everything, tried to slap the living crap out of things. We ran at the Annihilators over here,
Yep.
which took out quite a large bubble, including my War Chanter, and at least 6 Gut Rippers.
Yeah, they did do some damage before you killed them.
I will take my word back. I said a year ago I hated Gut Rippers because they were crap. They're new scare tactics.
Yeah.
And just the general playing of them,
Yep.
they were quite enjoyable
Okay.
in Big Waaagh, and I'm glad that I got them. Thank you to Big Bingle Bang Bang for giving them to me for Christmas. Anyway,
Oh yeah, he did, yeah.
I did, because I gave him an Overlord,
Yeah.
or we gave him an Overlord,
We did, Happy Overlord.
and a happy Overlord is a happy wife. Anyway, okay.
I believe that's actually in A Christmas Carol somewhere.
Yes, we ran over here and took the pulse from those Annihilators, and the brutes did what the brutes did best and slapped the living crap out of them. The cheese moved over here so it would stay out of the way,
Yeah.
because as it's wild, you're now allowed to control it in your turn. We killed over here,
We did kill over here.
and then we just towed the objective just in case things didn't go
Nonsense
well.
over there, yeah.
Leaving me on controlling 2 points for the Waaagh. For what? The pulse. Failed my battle tactic. Got a point for my for controlling an objective,
Yep.
but didn't control the pulse. The part next to the pulse. So therefore, I only get 3 points, putting it at 9 to 6 in Stormcast's favour.
Should we roll off?
We've also stopped doing feral dice.
Yeah.
Or, primal dice.
Primal
sorry,
dice.
because the wizards are all gone.
6.
3.
I'll go first.
Back in a moment for Stormcast turn 3.
Now when I'm sweating
Right. It was just chaos. I got my tactic, first of all. My tactic was secure the battlefield, have a unit in each quarter of the battlefield at least 6 inches away from enemies. So we translocated the doggos. They're doing a hecking concern over here. He stayed where he is. He's done nothing apart from put my annihilators nearer, but that's why I like him. These have moved slightly, so they're definitely in this quarter, and those have moved more, so they're definitely in that quarter. So, tactic, done, bosh. Then everything died. So, thanks to some goading from Steve.
I didn't goad you at all. I just tried to make sure you got everything you wanted.
Oh, shit. I moved Relictor in here. We did some finger wiggling. He tried to kill that, and it didn't. We did move the spell, and the spell also didn't kill him, because this man is unkillable.
He's now on 20 wounds,
now
yes.
20 wounds. He needs 4 more to kill him. Relictors. Vindictors over here tried to do some damage, but were killed really before they got a chance to do it. And that's kind of it. Like, you killed a lot of mine in that turn. There was some blazes of glory. There was some farting, apparently, from yours.
Yeah, the brutes, because they don't have Blaze of Glory,
Yeah.
but they wear yellow to take the piss out of you.
Yeah, they
fart when they die.
Yeah. Did they set fire to it? Because I think that's funny.
Yeah, probably.
One of their friends definitely would set fire to it.
Told you, orcs are fun.
Yeah, and that's kind of it. Like, I scored 6.
5 points, but you're still winning.
Still being 14 to 6.
Yes.
So I got the pulse. I own the pulse, and this one over here. And then I got my tactic. So 2 for the pulse, 1 for another 1, and then tactic makes 5.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. So we'll be back in a moment for Big Waaagh turn 3, and potentially looking at the board. This could be the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a moment.
'Cause there's no need for sympathy. Say, can't you feel it? It's coursing in my blood. Say, can't you feel it? I've had enough. Oh, can't you feel it?
God.
Hello.
That's not how you start a video.
I don't care. This has gone weird.
I don't know what that voice was I just did.
Ah!
That's not a minute.
The orcs are gone, and I've gone to Skaven now. Just, anyway, so cool. Welcome back to Big Waaagh turn 3, where also life has just gone weird. I went for led into the maelstrom. Guess what? I didn't lead. The maelstrom.
You just went into the maelstrom.
Yeah. So we had the Griffhounds over here, which I charged a battle line into.
Yep.
Which was fine.
They all died.
But then I
Fine.
murdered them. I stupidly, I don't know why my brain went for it. I got a free command point because we had no points each. I got a free command point on the killer boss, and then I used it to rally rather than keep it for something useful. Like if I ran these, I could have gone out the doubled them so I could get the pulse.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
No.
Big Daddy started running over this way to try and get a leader to charge in, and failed his
charge.
6-inch charge, no, 7-inch charge that he needed, and that was depressing. But I did move the cheese over the way to get out of the way of problems.
Cheers.
And that
Cheese is not
led
near
us,
any problem.
we killed the dogs, killed those Vindictors over there, leading to me controlling either side of the pulse.
Yep.
But I did not control the pulse.
No.
I didn't get my tactics. So I only
You're
got
going
2
to control
points.
the pulse next time.
Yeah, potentially. And then that led us to getting only 2 points, which meant we're on 14 to 8 in Big Waagh's in Stormcast favour or Big Waagh's loss.
Yeah, I was like, because what's the word? Okay.
So yeah, we're going to now roll off around 4, but it's basically going to become a thing of, oh gosh,
talk
what
about
can
this.
we do?
5.
4.
I'll go first.
You go first.
So you can't double turn.
Okay, shall we pause the recording here?
Yep.
We'll put it up there and talk it out. If it comes to a point of, if we need to talk out, the next bit will just be a wee, and you see us talking it.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Hi. So we didn't film the last 2 rounds because it was a lot of talking, because lots of stuff had gone on. So
Everything is gone.
everything is gone. It's just orcs on the board. But what happened, it essentially was, I took control of the cheese, killed, my battle tactic for round 4 was reprisal. So kill the thing that killed my general, which was your cabbage.
Yes.
I took control of the
That's a
wild,
nice shot.
the wild cheese. You know, that lesser spotted cheese. And killed him with the cheese, which was nice. And then Steve took payback and killed everything I own ever. But what this has led to is the end of the game. Steve has took control of all of the objectives, including the pulse. You didn't get your final tactic?
No, in round 5 I couldn't get a tactic.
No.
Round 4 I got wait for it, lads.
Round 4 I couldn't get one.
Round 4 you couldn't get one.
Round 5 I couldn't get one.
Round 5 you were tabled, so there's nothing for you to
Nothing
do.
on the board for me.
So we finished round 5.
Yes.
Sorry, we finished round 4. Could you just go back and we'll have a look? Because
We finished round 4. How do I go back?
so if you go down the bottom.
I'll just go back to front.
So how many points?
So round 4 I got control 1, control 2 adjacent things, and I got reprisal. So I got 5.
Yep.
Yep.
Wait, if 2 adjacents, and did you get the pulse as well?
2 adjacents, pulse. Yeah, tactics, so 5.
That'd be 6.
6
Two for the pulse, 1 for each.
Oh no, I didn't get
object-
the pulse, sorry.
Okay, sorry. So
I
that
definitely
would
got 5.
that would be 4 then. In that turn. No, 3. 5. Sorry.
2, 3.
It is 5. It is 5. Sorry, this is us going crazy.
This is us doing this.
So you got 5 points in the last round.
You got, so round 4, you got control 1, control the pulse. You didn't get your battle tactic.
No.
So you just got 2.
No, I did get my battle tactic because it was wait for it, lads.
Okay. Oh, they did, sorry. I'm trying to read this thing. Yes, you did.
And then how many?
1 and
Do I have any numbers next to the adjacent one?
you have 1.
Cool. So that meant that we finished last turn
So
with
round 4.
Yep. And then with yours, you scored no objective scores, but you got your own strategy, leaving you on 22.
Leaving me on
And
22.
even with me controlling pulse, objective, and adjacent, but didn't get an extra thing.
We ended up on 22 to 18.
Yeah.
In Stormcast favour, so it was only 4 points ahead of you. Yes, I never got got a major victory, I think. I don't know what the rules are about whether it's major or minor.
It is a major victory. It's the one who has the most points. If there's a tie on points, whoever got the most battle tactics gets a minor victory. And then if both of you got the same number of battle tactics, it would be who got the grand strategy.
Yeah.
And it would be a draw if no one else. So yeah. We're now going to have a very big headache that we didn't realise before we wrote this silly idea of a narrative campaign, because all of the dead things, and Emma's been put them on the shelf, but essentially we've had to keep things on the board so we know we're now going to go through the Path to Glory wrap-up element, and we're going to have to roll off things. So you don't have to see us watching like 25 minutes of us working this out. There's just going to be a nice little like text bubble that appears in the next few minutes telling you what happened and how things went. But the thing that we've realised is, for me it's Gobsprack,
Fucked up.
for you it's Bastion and Karazai, but if they die on the thing, I'm pretty sure Path to Glory says
They die.
they die.
They can't come back.
So yeah, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you very much for...
Are you happy with your victory?
I am. It's so rare now.
Come back on the 15th for the next battle plan, which I believe is the Nexus Collapse.
I believe so.
Underneath my book. Next page.
Next page. The next game is Nexus Collapse.
So we'll be doing the Nexus Collapse. We'll see who in these two armies survived the aftermath as they now return to their respective camps, mend their wounds, try to repair any broken weapons, and recollect their strengths for the coming battles. But the Path to Glory means that there could potentially be a wild discrepancy from the usual 2,000 points in the next game. Anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
No, it's been good. I need to sit down.
Yeah, I want a tea.
I'm not looking forward to this.
And I want to cry.
I just want to have dinner now. Oh my god.
But anyway, if you'd like to give any feedback or anything that you'd like, there's the comment section. Please be kind. Well, constructive feedback is always acceptable. Please just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
If you'd like to give us ideas for future videos, like we said at the beginning of this, we're hoping to start the new year, the new GHB with Ogres versus Seraphon or something like that. So it's not just Stormcast v Fire Slayers or Big Waaagh for the next few videos. If you have any ideas of what you'd like to see coming up in these two armies because of the fact we have to do Path to Glories, let us know. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Emma, for playing.
Thank you for playing. Can we
please,
do a bit on a handshake?
We can. We'll good game. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, ring the little bell for notifications when we do videos going forward. And until then, we don't have a new sign off, do we?
It's been 0 days since your last nonsense. You thought that up.
Zooming down to the cheese.
Cheese.
Bye.